back. Little technical difficulties with all the products I have over here, but okay. So this is a company that I just I don't remember if I had ever heard of them, but I definitely heard about them last year. Kinky Kashmere. And I got a couple of products just to try, and you'll see a few of them, actually all of them I think that I got mentioned here in this video. And this particular one is an infused hair mask, and it says that you can leave it on your hair for 10 to 15 minutes. You could do it with a cap or not, and then just you know, rinse thoroughly after you're done. Here are the ingredients listed right here. So you see you get your pure shea butter, your olive oil, mango, hemp oil is the first thing listed right there, lemongrass oil. So a bunch of ingredients here. Let me just show you the consistency of this. And I know I've spoken about this product before, and this is 16 ounces. This looks, oops, let me remove the hair there. This looks kind of runny and not super thick, and I know some people prefer thicker conditioners, but you know what? Quite honestly, this one was another one that just went into my hair rather well, and it allowed me to detangle, and you just kind of sit there for a bit. For me, it's not the type of conditioner that I necessarily put in and wash it out immediately if my hair is really in a stressful state. If my hair is pretty much okay and I've had a great week and it's still feeling moisturized yet it's wash day, and I put this in, I can put it in and wash it out like immediately. Don't sit for the 10-15 minutes, and still it feels like, whew, like I just gone to a hair spa and everything feels great. If my hair is more in a stressed state and it's been, let's say, really super dry and it needs lots of love and attention, then I do need to let this sit for a bit. So there are some conditioners that are just that fast. That's how quickly they work, that whether you leave them on for a minute, 5 minutes, or 10, you're going to get the same results every single time. To me, I don't know that I would get I know that I don't get the same results every single time, because I've used it when my hair has been really stressed out, really dry, and I've used it when my hair is relatively great and feeling nice and moisturized, and it's just time to cleanse my hair again. And the results have varied, but for the most part, it's good. It's good stuff. So if you are looking to support Kinky Kashmere, this is one thing that I would suggest you try out, because it does allow me, even though it's kind of a looser conditioner, and I love that it's 16 ounces too, although it's a looser conditioner, it does allow me to get my hands through my hair. I can detangle with this in, and after I wash it out, it does feel super soft. It's just depending on the state that I'm coming to this with, like whether it's super dry or just relatively fine, that will determine how long I need to leave it on. So you can kind of make that decision for yourself too as you start to use it. But this is something that I can say, yeah, I would recommend this if you see, especially if you see a nice sale for Black Friday, that you may want to go ahead and pick this up. This is from Kinky Kashmere. So this is a get this. I'm not going to get this, again, from the Mielle Organics Hydrating Conditioner from the Mongongo line. And I've spoken to you about this one before too. And yes, on the scale of moisture, it's not like it was, or leaving my hair feeling soft and moisturized. It's not like it's the worst conditioner in the world or anything. In fact, it's fine. It's definitely above average. But for the price point, there are some other things that I've used, like that papaya conditioner or hair mask from She Sent It, that blows this one out of the water. So even though you're having a Black Friday sale, I'm not going to be picking this up. And this has more of a kind of a floral scent, which is not necessarily my jam either. But yeah, this, I mean, the conditioner is fine. I think those of you who want to test it out because you're a Mielle Organics lover just overall, then definitely go ahead and give it a shot. But for me, between these two, I would go with the Kinky Kashmere again, because again, I've used both of these under different situations, and my results in the end, yes, I get soft hair from both of them, but I actually feel like I can control this one a bit more. Like I know, like when my hair is super dry, that how long I need to leave this one on. This one, I feel like I got the same, how should I say this? I feel like I have less control over it, because whether my hair is super dry or kind of coming to the table moisturized already, feeling okay, I feel like this leaves me at the same level all the time. I feel like this can improve. It sounds super weird, but here's what I kind of mean. Like if my hair is super dry and I know I leave this on for like the 15 minutes or even a little longer, I know my hair is going to come out even softer than, you know, if my hair had started off feeling moisturized and I left it on for the 5 minutes. I feel like this can grow with me. It's kind of elastic in terms of its performance, right? It can grow. It can give me what I need at different times. I feel like this stays where it's at, even though where it's at is a nice place and an above average place, but it stays where it's at. So, you know, it is what it is kind of conditioner. So I won't be investing in this Black Friday, but you know, not a horrible product. either. So if you get that, especially if your hair type is different than mine, you may have really, really amazing results. But I would go with the Kinky Kashmere one. Yeah, their infused hair mask over that one. And still within the conditioner segment, if you are going to do main choice, because they typically have good sales, I would go with the Egyptian, the ancient Egyptian. And this one, I've described this scent before. It smells really nice, like a, I don't really know, slightly kind of maybe fruity, but definitely something that's a mature enough scent that you could wear this as a body wash, and they do offer it as a body wash and a lotion. It just smells really good to me. And this one is another kind of a nice conditioner. I'm putting it on my hand, but I don't know what those swatches are actually showing you, but it is like, I'll try and turn it over and you can see it will eventually slide, but not super quickly. So it's not, you know, super loose, right? That one from that I just showed you from Kinky Kashmere is definitely looser. This one is definitely thicker. Now from this ancient Egyptian, the main choice line, you also have their mask that comes in a jar. I would say the mask and this conditioner pretty much give me very similar results, except the mask costs more than this. So I would definitely say get this, not the mask in the jar. Again, not because of the performance, but because it doesn't give me any better results than I get with this. And this is less expensive, and it's from the same brand, the main choice, and from the same collection as well. I've still shown you this in the past, so you've likely seen the ingredient list here, but I do still like this ancient Egyptian conditioner because it leaves my hair feeling soft and moisturized. So I like this one. The one that's a don't get it, also from the main choice, is the pink lemonade conditioner. And that also goes for the pink lemonade shampoo too. That whole collection, the pink lemonade and coconut collection is not necessarily for me. So that's all a don't get that. But for now, I'm just kind of showing you the conditioner versus conditioner. And it's not that this, if you recall, not that this doesn't leave my hair feeling soft in the end, but I feel like I use far more product than this to get the same end result. So I go through this product faster, the pink lemonade and coconut one, than I do the ancient Egyptian one, but they're both leaving me with nice results. But I do feel that the ancient Egyptian collection leaves my hair even softer, and it feels just better overall. But they both do well, but this one just comes out above as the winner. And because I can use less of it, so I'm kind of making my buck stretch a bit more. So that's it for the conditioner. I'll also show you another conditioner from another brand, Naturally Smitten. I've spoken about them before with the conditioner, with the shampoo, the black soap shampoo, and this is their conditioner. This also came out last year. This is the Lush Curl Conditioner. I like it very not much. It's not the best conditioner that I've used in my life, but it's a very nice conditioner. And this one, all of her stuff is scented well too. And this one too has that same kind of fruity type of scent, but it's not a scent, I don't think, that would make you feel nauseous, or, you know, it's not a lingering scent even after you wash it out. So it's just a nice product. Again, I sound like a broken record here, but this is what I'm looking for the things that I will say get this for in the conditioner section of this video, is that I can get my fingers through it and it allows me to detangle, right? So I'm killing a couple of birds with one stone, right? I can detangle. It leaves it feeling soft. I wash it out and that softness is still there. I'm looking for a product that's not going to be great while it's in my hair, and as soon as I wash it out, all the great effects are gone. No, my hair still feels soft with this. And as you know, when I'm testing things, especially during the testing period, I allow it to air dry after I've washed this stuff out and not put in a moisturizer or anything like that, just to see what this product would leave my hair feeling like. And again, that's not the intention of these products. It's not saying use this and only this and your hair will be perfect for the whole week. So it's not saying that, but I just want to see like how long the matte moisture will last. And this one, and also the ancient Egyptian collection, those can get me through the night still feeling like my hair is not some dry brittle cake. I can wake up the next morning and feel like it's not like this dry piece of crust, but you know you're not going to make it through that next day. Like, you may be able to hang a couple things through the morning, get your hair done for work, but you know by the end of that night, probably even by lunchtime that day, you're going to have to put in a moisturizer or something, right? It's just that they can carry me a longer way, so it makes me feel like they're really conditioning my hair. So I do like this, and this would be a get this for me. I like it. Yep, Naturally Smitten. There we go. And I think that, at least for this year, ends the conditioner segment of this video. And now we're going to move to the next phase, the leave-ins. Oh, why is that over there? Okay, the leave-ins. you know I got the whole collection, right? So we're going to talk about this, but in the appropriate category. So this is from Mielle Organics, the Pomegranate and Honey Leave-In Conditioner. You've seen, I'm sure, 1,000,001 reviews of this entire line all over YouTube. I'm going to tell you, out of the entire line, spoiler alert, and I'll tell you why as I get to the other items, this is probably my favorite one, the leave-in, because you put it in your hair, as you would any leave-in after you've washed, shampooed, and conditioned your hair, and now your hair is wet and you want to put that leave-in product in. Yes, this one helps me because my hair loves to detangle like right again as quickly as it can. Look how that just, I'm sure you probably can't even tell from my hand, but it just felt like, it just smoothed on out so quickly. That's what it does in my hair. It's like you pour it into your hair, or, apply it all in your hair. And it really did, again, allow me to just detangle, get my fingers through it. I was able to twist it up, and it leaves me with a really nice foundation for the next phase. Now, of course, when I initially started using this, I didn't follow up with anything. I wanted to see what this will do. And again, this is not a moisturizer. It's a leave-in. It's supposed to condition your hair after you've washed out your washout conditioner, but just kind of leave it with something to prepare it for the moisturizer that you're going to put in. When I was initially testing, of course, I did not follow it with a moisturizer. I just went to see what this would do. Now, yes, after it all dried, it felt like, please put in a moisturizer, put something in your hair. So it needed something, but at least in the initial stage of me putting this in, it allowed me to twist, detangle, and do everything that I needed to do with my hair. And then in the future times when I did use this with other products following after it, yes, it played well with other products. And I didn't just use the Mielle Organics moisturizers and stuff. I mean, I've, of course, now tested this with other products from other brands. And it just, again, laid a nice foundation where I'm able to detangle. My hair is soft, ready to receive product. And then on top of that, I can put on whatever moisturizer I want. And this is just a nice kind of leave-in after you've come out of the shower. Now, I am not a huge leave-in person, so I don't always use leave-in conditioners. Will I be buying this Black Friday? I won't. But if there's any leave-in conditioner that I would think about purchasing, it would likely be this one. This is the first one that kind of comes to mind. There are a couple of others, actually, now that I say that. But this is probably, one that's a really good one that I feel like I know what my results will be. And again, it plays well with other products. So the moisturizers and oils and whatever else to follow, this is going to be a nice little friendly companion to those products. So I do like it. This would be a get this if you're in the mood for, or in the market for, an actual leave-in conditioner that you want to pick up this Friday, Black Friday, or if you've never tried anything from this new Pomegranate Honey line and you want to, I would say this is the thing to pick up. And the scent is good. It smells fruity. I don't really pick up the honey note, but it smells more on the fruity side. Smells good. Get that, right? If you want this leave-in conditioner. Now I'm going to show you a couple of other leave-in conditioners, and that's why this one is kind of held up a bit more on a pedestal. Here is Girl Plus Hair. You may have seen this when I first went to a hair show earlier this year, like in the summer, and I got it from this company. The owner was there. She was very pleasant. And so this is a leave-in conditioner. Now, one thing, this particular line is designed for people who are wearing protective styles, because it has this little great nozzle and you just kind of can slide it, whether you're wearing braids or whatever else. You can just kind of shove it all into your hair and apply it. The only thing with this particular one is I noticed, even though it comes out super kind of thin and light and oh, that seems great, but as it dries, I felt like there was some residue left behind with this particular one. So especially if, and I don't do like extensions or weaves or anything like that, but if you are, I'm assuming that if that happened to me and I'm not even having my hair kind of closed off in that way, that if you're applying this, I would imagine that you would get residue too. I don't know, maybe those who have used this product can speak to that, but for me, this is a don't get this. I wouldn't pick this up again. You would have to make sure it's really rubbed in, and again, if you have like, well, maybe braids, if it's parted, maybe you can get in there really well, but I just feel like it would be caking up in certain areas if you can't exactly reach to it. That just kind of shoving the nozzle in there and squeezing it is not going to be the move for this particular product. So this leave-in conditioner is a don't get this. But if you're a huge protective style wearer, maybe you want to try it. Again, this is not what I'm saying is not the end all and be all. Obviously, try things for yourself. But for me, this is not something that I'm looking to purchase again. Nice ingredient list and the whole deal. Everything smells kind of light and refreshing. This particular one, I'm going to show you something from this brand that is a get this. This smells nice. I don't know, nothing in particular that smells like, but almost not perfumey, because I don't like perfumey scents, but it smells like a nice fragrance that's, I don't want to say sweet because it doesn't necessarily smell sweet, but it's a good old nice fragrance. I don't know what that smells like. Carpet freshener, maybe. Yeah, maybe a little carpet freshener, which I like a good carpet freshener. So yeah, so this leave-in, just because of the residue, I'm not going to be picking that up again. Another leave-in, oh, conditioner. This is a don't get this for sure. And I know some people like this. This is also from Kinky Kashmere. Now this is in the realm of like, of course you definitely leave it in, but it's also called like a hydration treatment. It says here on the label, it's designed to revitalize dry, brittle hair. So you can use this as kind of a leave-in. You can use this also as just a daily spray, moisturizer, refresher, all of the above. You can kind of see the film there from the oil. You may even see the oil kind of floating on top. You can mix that up. It smells like lemongrass. I definitely remember that from here. Here's my, yep, definitely a lemongrass scent, like the lemongrass that you would get from like an oil form, right? So that's what it smells like. The sprayer for it, I can talk about this. Let's, you know, be positive. It disperses the product nicely, right? Not just one direct hit. As you can see, this whole area over here is now wet. So good. So those are kind of the yays for me for this particular area. What happens then is once it dries out of my hair, and yes, while it's wet, it allows me to detangle the whole deal, but once it dries out, it's almost like, and this doesn't have alcohol in it. It has Optifin, but that's a paraben-free preservative, so that's, never mind that on the ingredient list, but it has, you know, some nice ingredients, but for whatever reason, it just leaves my hair feeling, in fact, even drier than when you know, before applying this product. So it says to shake well. I always do that because I know you want the oil and everything to get mixed up really well, but it doesn't leave my hair feeling hydrated at all. So this is not a winner for me from Kinky Kashmere in the kind of leave-in / detangler area of the hair segment. This would be a don't get this for me. All right, so leave that. Here's another one. Now this company, they typically have a good sale all the way through Cyber Monday, and this is Tropic Isle Living, and this is also a leave-in conditioner and detangler. You know, these things are all along the same lines, and I've spoken about this one before. It has rosemary and shea and black castor oil. And again, because you may want to support one company or over another, or just looking for the ones that have the best sales, if you get something from this particular brand, and I got this off the ground for $11.99, but I think they may have it either priced, it's around the same price on their online site, but they usually have like a 40% off sale, sometimes even more. So you may be able to get, you know, a nice amount off of this particular product. Now, this is a get this if you don't mind like kind of that minty rosemary scent for your hair. Some people mind very much. Okay, so that would be you know, so you can get it if you don't mind that. Also, if you want to use this primarily as a detangler, because as a leave-in conditioner, I don't think it leaves enough moisture in my hair for me to say that, oh yeah, this is a great leave-in conditioner. So if you're thinking of this as just a leave-in conditioner and that's how you plan on using it, this is a don't get this from me. If you're thinking of price in terms of the Black Friday discount sale, if you're thinking of not caring about it smelling kind of on the minty side, then you can get this. And if you're looking for a great detangler or a really good detangler, then you would want to get this. Okay, so this can be a get this or don't get this depending on your needs. For me, I'm not getting this. This is the one bottle I've only ever purchased. I'm not looking to buy it again because if I want something that's a leave-in conditioner and detangler and smells good, it's around the same price point, but smells better and it leaves it more moisturized. So it does the stuff that this is supposed to do, but to a much higher level. I would say don't get this. Get from Uncle Funky's Daughter Midnight Train. I really like this. Sometimes you can even see it on sale in Target for like $8, but you have to like catch those time periods. But this smells like I don't know. I hate to keep saying sweet, but it's not sweet like candy, and it's not sweet like a vanilla cake or anything like that. It's just a light, sweet scent. I would definitely wear this as like a body fragrance if they made it as such. The sprayer, let me just show you that. Yeah, so it disperses the product pretty well too. You can see the surface area that's wet. There we go. I probably won't have time to show you ingredients on every single product that I'm showing here, but this one definitely, I can spray this in my hair. It leaves it nice and detangled. I can get through it. But here's the kicker. The very next day, I can twist up my hair at the end of the night. The very next day after spraying this, and you have to be comfortable with spraying liberally, right? So I spray this liberally on my hair the next morning, moisturize. So it's not just that it feels detangled and it feels soft for that night, but the next day it still feels moisturized. Yet it does not leave my hair feeling oily or greasy. It just feels moisturized. And so this is a definite get this for me. Now, I wasn't planning on getting this one this Black Friday because there's another item that I'm going to talk about that's in the same or very similar category to this, but I just feel like it does it to a better degree. So that's the one I was going to side with for this Black Friday. But this one, honestly, I could see myself getting this one this Black Friday too, if not only for scent and the fact that I don't want to necessarily use up the other one every single day, or actually you don't have to use the other one every single day. That's the other good thing, but we'll get to that one in a second. So this one, let's say I use this and I really saturate my hair with it, it could get me through that whole next day. I would probably say that my hair would request more of this every other day, right? So it's not like you use it once in the beginning of the week and you're done. You'll probably have to refresh again, but again, it's not weighing down your hair, it's not making it feel oily, so it's no problem for you to want to spray this again in your hair, and it feels great and it smells great. So that's wonderful. This is a get this, right? I don't even necessarily want to compare it to anything else right now. I would just say this is a get this in its own right, and it's a product that I do like. There is something that I'm peeking at that's a little better, but I do like this. And again, it's from Uncle Funky's daughter, and it's called Midnight Train. And yep, it says it's a leave-in conditioner, so that's still in leave-in conditioner kind of segment. The next thing, this aloe and blueberry juice curl moisturizer from Curls. I would say don't get this, and I've spoken of this before, and I'm going to tell you why. Don't get this because my hair always craves more. It always feels like it leaves me at the level where once it dries out of my hair, you know, you spray it on and you do your twists and whatever else you're doing to prepare for bed, and then once it fully dries, it's like it just needs a little bit more, and then you spray more, and then that dries, and it still feels like it needs a little bit more moisture. So it's never bringing me to the point where I'm like, I can rest for the whole day, I don't need moisture. As soon as it dries, it feels not thirsty like the Sahara, right? So it's not to that level of dryness, but it needs more. You know, what more can I say? It needs more. So this is not, even though, you know, it has nice ingredients, you can see like the little cloudiness of aloe vera juice in it. Here are the ingredients listed here. I do like the Curls brand. But yeah, I definitely won't be picking this up this Black Friday, but I will show you something from this Curls brand that I will be picking up this Black Friday, but it's not in the whole curl moisturizer / leave-in category. So we'll talk about that in its own segment. And again, it's from the blueberry line, so it has that same delicious blueberry scent as you would get from the other blueberry items in the Curls line. I'm also going to use this moment to say that I was not planning on like getting too many things this Black Friday, but then I saw the cashmere and caviar line that's going to be released from Curls this Black Friday. So yes, if I can get my hands on it and it's not sold out in 2 seconds, I will get that entire cashmere and caviar line. The fact that the shampoo is jet black, I don't know why that speaks to me so, but it does. Everything just looks so lush. Oh, I want it all. The entire line, I want it all. So I'm not going to be getting this, but I will be getting that cashmere and caviar line if I can get my hands on it. But yeah, no to this because it just needs more moisture. That's in the same category too, but I'll talk about that later. So now within the same kind of leave-in conditioner detangler area, The reason I'm not going to get that or some of the other things that, even Midnight Train from Uncle Funky's Daughter, even though I really like it, the thing that kind of trumps all of that, and I have spoken about it on this channel before, this is an empty bottle. This is the very last bottle that I'm still dealing with. This comes from Camille Rose, and this was on my Black Friday list. I told you I had a very limited Black Friday list for this year. I wasn't planning on getting tons of things. This was on. I don't want to tell you how many bottles I have in mind to get, but well, I plan on stocking up on this because let me tell you why this is, and I know I've spoken about this in a previous video and everything, but let me tell you why this is important to me. Now, I'm not necessarily concerned with what it does on the first day, like after wash day, because I've mentioned to you before that my hair typically, in general, for most products, when it's wet and you apply product to it, it doesn't really receive that product well, because it's like it's sitting on top of my hair along with the water. Once the water fully dries out of my hair, then that product dries out too. But this will still have, a little bit left. It's really the next day or after my hair is completely dry when I saturate my hair with this and again spray liberally. And then my hair can literally go for days without needing more. There may be times where I may just use this twice in the week. My hair feels so super moisturized. And again, feel free to spray liberally, right? This is not one of the things where you go, oh, okay, and I'm done. I just squirted it all over my hair. No, no, no. I section it. I spray liberally in each section, twist it down, and my hair is moisturized the next day. It'll go through that whole day. The next day, still feeling good. I may have to hit it with a little more moisture on the Wednesday, but again, it's not as much as I even had to put in the first time. It's just to like revive it and get it to the end of the week, to my wash day, and it does this, and as you saw, yep, nice distribution of the product as well. Good sprayer. It has oil in here, so it kind of feels like an oil and all in one. So it's not leaving my hair oily. It breaks down rather well. It's like it seals it in because it still keeps that moisture in there. How does it do that? I don't know. It does have aloe vera juice. I said this in my previous video. This is what that Curls Aloe Blueberry Moisturizer wanted to be, but this achieved it. Now, I far more prefer the scent of the Curls Blueberry Aloe Moisturizer Spritzer over lavender, only because lavender isn't necessarily my thing, not the scent profile I go for. But in terms of performance, can't touch it. Can't touch it. This is so good. And yes, it works as a detangler and all that, but after you've detangled with it, feel free to spray again, twist it up, and that is your moisturizer. Just don't seal with an oil. Just go to bed. This is it. It's on my list. I hope no games are being played this Black Friday. I need this to be fully in stock. I need no limitations on the number of bottles that a person can buy. So yeah, I'm going in for this lavender spray. Really, really happy with this. And it says, yeah, use on wet or dry hair. For me, it definitely works best on dry hair. And it says before detangling, and then you style as usual. Any other things that I wanted to mention about this? Oh, it has black elderberry in here. It has mallow extract. Water is the first ingredient. But anyhow, I love this. I love this stuff. She did such an amazing job with this. I feel like this is like, should be her premier product, especially if you want to have like a one product head. This, after you've, of course, shampooed and conditioned, this one product and be done. Really, really nice. Oh, I could so market that product well. But anyway, not that her team isn't, doing that. I'm just saying that is the baby you want this Black Friday. At least try one bottle. And I think it's priced at, and I'll have the price down below, but I think that's like 11 bucks. And then factor in her Black Friday sale. Now, I can say this. Her Black Friday sale is not on par with like Curls. Curls will typically have 50% off. So if you're cutting the price of her regularly priced items for Curls in half, that's still going to come out better than the 25% I think that Camille Rose typically does. But the performance of that lavender spritzer, to me, just makes it better than spending, less for another product, or being able to get more bottles of a product if it's not going to perform as well. If I then need to pair it with other things to get the performance level I want, then no, no. So I'm going with Camille Rose. That's who I'm riding with. I'm going to show you another newbie that hit the market from the main choice. Girl. Okay, so this Heavenly Halo, again, it's supposed to leave your hair feeling moisturized. And I think I do have a picture of this one. I don't want to get my pictures confused because two of the products, not necessarily from this line, this one and another line did a very similar thing, and I remember taking pictures, but hopefully if I have the picture, I'll insert it. What this does is, first let me tell you what it's described as. It's a deep hydration softening milk. Of course, it's supposed to make your hair feel moisturized, silky, deep hydration you're supposed to feel. Okay, so I've used this on wet hair. So it says, apply to freshly cleansed hair for maximum hydration, nourishment, and manageability. Okay, so I've applied this on dry hair and wet hair. Dry hair for me was like a no-no because it only made it feel like almost like clay I was applying to it. So yeah, let me stick to the instructions, apply it to freshly cleansed hair. So my hair was like kind of damp when I applied this, and it felt like, oh, okay, you're doing something. Didn't feel like clay. So, okay, great. Twisted that up. Next morning, when everything was dry, it just felt like, yes, my twists were defined, but it felt like little brittle twigs that I was unraveling as a twist. Will never buy. This is definitely a don't get this for me. Let me just say right now, the Heavenly Hydration, Heavenly Halo Deep Hydration Collection, the three things that I've tried so far, the pre-poo, not for me. The softening milk deep hydration, not for me. The Halo mask, which I've spoken about in a previous video, not for me. Not that the conditioner or the mask was horrible, and that's the one in the jar, not the one in the pump bottle. Not that that was like the worst conditioner or anything that I've ever used. My results were fine, but for that price point, I think it was $19.99. Would never pay that because I can get better results from like the papaya one from She Sent It, and that's not even $19.99, and that one gives me far superior results in comparison and way more hydration. So yeah, that Halo one in the jar will not use. This softening milk, which was not softening, will not use. Let me just show you the consistency of this. Sorry, I don't want to get off task too much, and I picked this up from Target. Okay, it's not wanting to pump. It's, you know, looking out for a girl. Okay, let me just open this up and show you this way. So it's tricky in that it looks like, ooh, it looks like it's going to be, ooh, because even feeling it right here, it feels like the perfect lotion for your body, right? Like it feels like, ooh, yeah, it's going to moisturize, it's going to, and look how that just kind of melted away into my skin. Don't believe the hype. This did not make my hair feel moisturized at all. And so, yeah, no, not using that. Not buying that ever again. Now I know how I can use it to kind of finish up that bottle, but, or I may even give that one away. But yeah, I don't have time for that softening milk again. I'm kind of off category. This should have been over on the other side, but this is also from Curl Origin. This is the Moringa and Agave Moisturizing Detangling Mist, Hydrating and Detangling Spray. I like these little nozzles. Okay, so as you can you see that? Can you see? I'm not sure if you can see that, but anyway, it dispersed it all up in here, all through there, so it disperses the product quite well. It feels like something great is about to happen when you put it on because it feels like really kind of creamy, not oily. It feels more so on the creamy side, but in the end, once my hair dries, it didn't leave me with any great moisture. This is not a product that stays in my memory bank that I want to keep thinking of and go back to it time and time again. This is from Curl Origin, so this is, again, a don't get this. Instead, get that lavender one from Camille Rose. So don't get this, get that Camille Rose one. I can now move on to, okay, let's do moisturizers now. And I'll keep in that category too, hair, milk. Sorry, I'm looking at the time, but we're going to get through this. We'll get through. I'll try and speed it up just a little bit. So the curls, I've spoken about this one before, so I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but this was also one of her more recent releases, the blueberry and coconut hair milk. I mentioned this one too, same deal like her aloe vera blueberry spray. It just leaves me always wanting more. It just feels like it does not moisturize my hair nearly enough. So yeah, so although it smells like that same delicious blueberry scent, it needs more. It's like, to finish off this bottle, and I'm not going to give it away because I'm like here already past the halfway point, but I'm going to use this and other things like seal it with Another product that's a get this is, and I'll talk more about like seal it off with a butter like this one from Comet Biologics. And then I know that, yeah, the hydration will last a bit longer, but this on its own, no. So I will not be getting this blueberry and coconut hair milk from Curls. No. But again, that cashmere and caviar line has my name written all over it. So this is interesting because I know I spoke about this when I first got it. It's from Curl Origin. It is the avocado and argan kind of hydrating hair moisturizer. Now, I know I was kind of raving about this when I first got it, but here's the thing. As you use things over time and you buy other products and test other things, then now you're making the comparison, right? So it's not that this is like suddenly a horrible product. It's not. And especially if you want to try something from Curl Origin, again, because She Sent It / Curl Origin, they always have good sales. So you may want to pick this up and try. And I know after I raved about the first time, some people did get it and you wrote into me and saying like, yes, 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 it does right by my hair. But I'm saying that Camille Rose spritzer blows this out of the water too. So I'm definitely not getting another one of these because that Camille Rose has done it for me. And I'm going to show you something else that we need to talk about, but that Camille Rose one has done it for me. And I finished like an entire 2 jars of this already, but here's this one right here so you can see what it looks like. It's a thicker cream. I washed my hair last night and I did use it on the left side of my hair. Look at that, right? So it kind of looks like, ooh, is it just going to sit on top? However, even though you may feel like, especially if you're a low porosity person, you may feel like, oh, this feels like the thing that's just going to sit on top of my hair. Well, when I twisted up and everything, went to bed, and I've used this several times. I told you already, I've gone through 2 full jars of this. So it looks like it would be that type of product, like it's just going to be heavy and just sit on your hair. But no, it actually goes away, it dissolves in, and my hair it doesn't feel like the most moisturized hair I've ever felt, right? I'll leave that for some other product, but it feels moisturized and it feels like, yes, it may feel like you need to put a little bit more in the morning, just a little bit, not as much as you put the night prior, but you may need to do a little bit more and put it on there. But number one, if you twist up your hair, it gives you great definition. I thought it was really, really lovely in that area as well, but also it does feel moisturized. It doesn't feel dry, and it's not just the absence of dryness. It actually feels like there is moisture there, just not as much as, you know, that Camille Rose Lavender Spritzer. It's just not leaving me to that level, but it's good. It's good stuff. So if you're interested in Curl Origin, this could very easily be a get this, but for me, it's not because I'm going with the Camille Rose. That's it. I'm going with the Camille Rose. Oh, and the scent, sorry, because I know I spoke about this in a previous video, so I didn't want to hang on too long, but it smells like some sort of mango butter or something. So even though it says avocado, I'm not getting the avocado at all. But it smells good. Nice, you know, Camille, She Sent It, and Curl Origin, again, same owner. She's going to scent things well, so you can be happy in that area. Let's talk now about the Mielle Organics Pomegranate and Honey Twisting Souffle. Now, when people talk about products sometimes online, and it's a product that I own, and they're like, oh, it's so thick, and I'm like, it's not really that thick. This is thick, okay? This is a thick product. Now, if you look inside the jar, you'll say like, oh, you haven't even used that much. Yes, I have. That's how little, that's how much a little goes a long way, because I have been using this since about October 9th. Not every day though, but I have been using this and I've used it many, many times on my hair. You don't need tons of it. It's a very thick product, so it spreads, you know, you can just spread it around your different hair strands and get that going. Let me show you this. Like even now, I'm trying to just dig some out, right? So I'm not going to do a dig like that, but just, right, it has some weight to it. It smells good. The whole line smells the same as like I described the leave-in, this like kind of, not necessarily pomegranate, but a fruity, nice scent. So yeah, so I'm going to put this here. And let me show you this. Ooh, I'm glad it's doing this. Okay. So you see I'm rubbing this up and down on my hand, right? And you see how it's like just moving the white line up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So eventually it'll kind of go away, but it's kind of still, let me do this and see. Oh, yes, that's what I mean. See how it's kind of still there? And I was able to scrape it off with my nail. Okay, it's not like it fully went into my skin. For a low porosity person, that's what it does on my hair, right? So it goes on my hair, and we'll talk about the moisture in a second. So it goes on my hair, and it will not be white in terms of residue, but if you continue to layer it, like during the week, like let's say I moisturize it on Sunday, and then maybe I want to put some more on Monday evening before I go to bed. The more you do that throughout the week, at least for my head of hair, and that I know I do have a picture of, so I'll insert that. It looks like residue is there because it's not fully going into my hair, and it is a thick product. It's kind of like it's just there, and the more you layer it, the more of that residue will become apparent. Sometimes I would use like an oil just to mitigate the appearance of those little like white residue pieces. But yeah, so you may also just need to be a person who knows how often you can use this on your hair so that you don't have the residue come up. Next thing that I want to talk about, specifically the moisture of this item. Okay, this is an odd product for me because I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me one day. I put it all in my hair, did the twist. All right, it feels, while it's in there, it feels, you know, like softish. Let me refrain on that. Let me backtrack. It feels like it has a coating on it that is supposed to provide moisture, right? So it kind of feels like this should be something that should make my hair feel moisturized. So you put it on, or I put it on, did all my twists, all that jazz. Woke up the next day, unraveled it. The definition was decent, and I felt like my hair was moisturized. Not as moisturized as I thought it would feel based on how much it coated my hair, and really felt like it was about to do something while I was sleeping, right? But you know, that next morning, what did I do? I felt the need to put a little bit of, and I'm just going to jump to this category because it's all, you know, same brand. I put a little bit of the Curl Smoothie from Pomegranate, because this is like the Twisting Souffle, except it's like a creamy, a lighter version. So I just put a little of this on my ends to, you know, kind of revitalize it just a bit, even though all I had done was like I had gone to sleep and woke up the next day. So I just put that in just to zhuzh it up a little bit and give me a little more boost of moisture, and I was about my day. Later that night, after, you know, coming home from work, the whole work day, everything took out my hair, and I decided, yeah, I need more of this on my hair because it didn't feel as moisturized as even it did in the morning, even though that wasn't so supreme because I had to follow up with the smoothie. But I said, okay, let me just kind of put more on it. The weirdest thing happened. It felt like as I was applying this Twisting Souffle, it felt like it was making my hair feel heavier, and like it was feeling pastier and cakier. And so I was like, okay, I'm definitely not going to put on too much of this because it's already a heavy product. And my hair felt, I kid you not, as I was putting it on, it felt like it was, in the moments as I was applying it and twisting it up, it felt like it was making it feel drier in that moment. Drier. Let me tell you this though, woke up the next morning and my hair felt more moisturized than the first time that I used it. What? So that's why I'm like, oh, this product. So it felt super moisturized, but again, the more you layer this bad boy on, at least for me, the more I'm going to get that residue. So it's like you know, how can I win with this particular product? I think I've kind of found the way to use this. For me, this would be more like not a first line of defense. This is going to be like something that can be used to revitalize other products that have moisturized it earlier in the week, or mix it up with, like, I could mix this up with the Uncle Funky's Daughter Midnight Train. I could mix those two, so I'm getting like the liquid to kind of ease this out and not have that residue kind of cakey feeling as this starts to build on my hair during the week. So I can use it and kind of pair it with other lighter things like that. Some real, even though this is water-based because water is the first ingredient, but I can pair it with even lighter products like that to really, you know, get through this jar. This Black Friday, am I going to be picking this up? I will not. And I appreciate that Mielle Organics came out with a line specifically designed for people with 4C hair, like tightly coiled hair. But for me, this line is not what it has been for many other people. So yeah, I definitely won't be getting this Black Friday, but I'm not also going to sit here and say like, oh, this is a complete dud, this is the worst thing. But when I compare it to something like the Camille Rose Lavender Spritzer, that gives me less effort. that I have to put forth in applying it. It didn't feel cakey at any point as I'm trying to like twist up my hair. Yet it gives me moisture that lasts for days and no residue at all. So why would I go with this when I could easily go with something like that? So that's why for me this Black Friday, this is a don't get this. But if you're interested in anything in the line, I still would say the leave-in conditioner is probably the safest way to go, but you can try this as well. But you know, it just wasn't necessarily for me. The next follow-up to that would be the pomegranate honey, which is very much like the twisting souffle, except it's a creamier, kind of lighter version. But my hair receives this relatively well. So then I also have used that on its own just to see, okay, is it going to be a better experience? Now I can tell you the residue thing, didn't get that from this. So that's good. We're already, you know, on better ground here because I didn't get any residue from this, even if you layer it up. It's just, it also brought forth less moisture though than I felt like I got with the twisting souffle. Even if I layer it days upon days, I'm still not getting the moisture that I got from the twisting souffle. It's all kind of odd. This just wasn't the best line for me, but you know, it was a nice effort from Mielle and it smells good. So and again, many people have had wonderful results from it. I'm just not that person. So my results were just good, but nothing great. Now, back to Comet Biologics. I finished an entire jar of this. This is a butter. Now, typically, if you remember me, I am not a butter person. It's not really what I do. But this butter, I can have my hair completely dry, put this butter on only, twist it up, and my hair feels moisturized for a couple of days. This is without feeling like, ooh, my hair is so oily or anything like that. So I like this a lot. Let me say this. The scent smells kind of sweet, but it's an odd scent for me because there are times when I have like held the jar up to someone to say, does this smell fishy? Like something about this scent sometimes goes by the way of a fishy scent to me. I don't know what it could be. And maybe it says plant extract. I don't know which plant. Like, I don't know, but it's not the butter. It can't be rice. They have a rice oil blend in here. I'm not thinking, everything seems like normal, like things that I've used before. So I don't know why that scent comes from here. Oh, she does use a fragrance. Maybe it's the fragrance. I don't know. But anyway, the product itself. And again, sometimes I smell it and I'm like, it smells good. Other times I'll smell it and I'm like, I get a hint of like fishiness. I don't know, but I really like the butter. It may sound like I didn't, but I really do. It's one of the few butters that I can use that will, again, not leave my hair feeling greasy, but it will leave it feeling moisturized, and it gives me shine, as you can just see from my hand right there. And shine doesn't normally translate to my hair, but it does with this. So it feels really nice, and again, it leaves my hair feeling moisturized, not just coated, because some butters will just like coat my hair and it'll feel coated but not necessarily moisturized. This leaves it moisturized because it's coated in moisture. It feels good. I like this and I would purchase this again. The last time I got this jar was from a Sephora sale, not the VIB one that's going on now. It was some other sale, but I got this a backup. So I just finished my other jar recently and I'm happy that I have that. So will I buy that necessarily? Is it on my list for this Black Friday? No, because that one jar goes a pretty long way. So, and especially because I have other products to use as well. So that's not on my Black Friday list this year, but I would recommend that you, especially if you want to support Comet Biologics. And if I do see that like they're having an amazing sale, I can definitely get another backup of that or buy it for, you know, because I don't think my sister tried that, so I can get a jar for her. So things like that, but it's definitely, I think, worth the purchase. It's nice. Now, by way of butter, this is from Uncle Funky's daughter. This is called extra butter. So yes, this butter, and this is a different type of butter because this is more like a moisturizing cream, but it is, you know, it's nice in terms of consistency. Now here's the deal. Does it feel, does it leave my hair feeling moisturized? It does. And then when it dries though, how does it feel after it's dried? It still feels like there is some moisture to it. Certainly not as much as when it was wet, but on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most moisturized, I would say after it's all dried out of my hair, it leaves me at like a 6.5, 7, which isn't bad stuff. But again, that Camille Rose one, that's my champion. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm not going to be purchasing this one again. This is like my first full jar of this, but before I had gotten like the sample pack, and I thought enough of it in the sample pack to get this. So it was fine. It's fine for my hair. It's just once you find better, it's just hard to go back to certain things. And that Camille Rose spritzer, which I feel like I'm going to be referencing quite a few times in this video, it's just better. So for my hair. So yeah, I won't be getting this Uncle Funky's Daughter Extra Butter. And see, here's the difference. Remember I said Midnight Train? I think that Camille Rose Lavender Spritzer is better than that. But still, I can find a place in my heart and on my Black Friday list to get that Midnight Train spray this Black Friday because of the way I can use the product and the scent and the versatility of it. So I can just use it as a detangler and know that it's still going to leave some moisture there and other things. But this, because that moisturizer is so much better than this, and even the Comet Biologics butter is so much better than this, that I don't have a place for this necessarily in my heart anymore. So, well, this one never really quite made it to the heart, but I don't really have a place for this. So I can finish it and it's fine, but it's not a repurchase for me, because I found better. Oh my gosh, I have so many things to get through. I don't feel like doing a part 2, so we're just going to spin this whole deal and keep going, right? So here we go. Naturally Smitten Curl Delight Mist. One of the, I think, 6 or 7 products in the entire Naturally Smitten line. Now, this is going to be a don't get this for me. Not that it's bad. First of all, did you see the spritzer? It gave me the one shot direct dot. I wish it would kind of disperse the product more widely than it has, just that one dot, because that's exactly what I need to do when I'm twisting my hair. Spray it down the length of my hair, then smooth it in and twist, because it just doesn't shoot it out as widely as I would appreciate. So anyway, you spray it out and it kind of looks creamy when you spray it. Let me just do boom, and it looks kind of creamy. There we go. And it's fine. It just doesn't leave my hair. Like the next day I would need to add a little something else to kind of get that moisture revived again, like bring it back to life a little bit. So this is great for like your in-between little quick things that you're doing, and you know you just want it for like, you know, the day, but don't expect this to last days and days of moisture, because I don't get that from this. But again, this is the Curl Delight Mist. It's nice. I think her sale is typically 20 or 25% for Black Friday. So that's where this lies. But again, I don't even want to say it anymore. But yes, that Camille Rose one blows this one out of the water, so I wouldn't get this. But if you're interested in Naturally Smitten, I would say, again, go with that black soap. That black soap is nice. The conditioner is nice too, but that black soap shampoo is really nice. And get that, because the moisturizer, you already know which one I want you to get. Okay, back to the main choice with these little items. I could do this too. But anyway, I've spoken about this too, which was also one of her more recent releases, the Peak Lemonade and Coconut 5-Minute Reviving Mask. Didn't like it at all. It didn't revive a thing. It just wasn't giving me the level of moisture or revitalization that I need. Smells good. Smells just like that kind of light pink lemonade scent of something you may drink. So it smells good, but by way of like really getting my hair the moisture that it needs and just making it feel great, it didn't. So I would not purchase this again. But something that I still do like from the main choice, and I use these as a duo, that's how they were initially sold too, and I think she still has them sold as a duo, but you can certainly buy them separately, is this Daily Moisturizer Cream. It's the Tropical Moringa Oil and Honey, and it says N Sealing Cream, because it is thick enough to feel kind of like a sealer. And then what I can precede this product with is this one, its own little spritzer, the Daily Restorative Spray, right? So I can use this restorative spray, which also has the same nice scent of like, and they do have this in the body wash form as well. A tropical moringa. What does that smell like? I don't know. It smells like a perfume, but not a heavy perfume scent, because I don't like those. It smells like, I don't really know exactly how to describe this scent. Maybe a baby's slight undertone of something sweet / fruity, but more of an adult like perfume, but not one that smells like it has a heavy alcohol base. So it's a really good scent. The two, I can use this to start it off with detangling and follow it with this to moisturize. Still leaves my hair feeling really good, so I like it. It's a nice moisturizer. It is not better, if you're wondering, than the Camille Rose Lavender Spritzer, but it's a good one. It's a nice little duo, and especially because that Camille Rose one does it all in one shot. So I don't have to use two products to detangle or anything else. That does everything all in one. The other thing that I need to talk to you about is this Mielle Organics. Spoke about it in a different video. This is their thermal protectant spray if you're going to be using any heat. And I mentioned to you that if anything, because I didn't get any heat damage after, you know, I put the water back in my hair to revert my hair, not on the same day, but I'm saying the fact that I didn't get heat damage, then yeah, I guess this did work as a heat protectant, but that's all that it does. It just protects you from the heat. This one, I mentioned there was another product that I've used that has done more than just protect me from the heat. It also adds a little shine, especially if you're going to try like a flat iron thing. And it's this one from the Main Choice, and maybe you can't see the print so well there, but it is the Blossom Silkening Serum, a 2-in-1 thermal protector and dry hair revitalizer. So this one is more like an oil. Let me just show you. See that? But it's a serum. It's not really an oil. It's a serum. All right, and you put that on your hair, and it doesn't leave me shine like, you know, like I'm just glistening as soon as I walk in the room, but it definitely gives me more shine than I would normally have on my own, and especially compared to this, which gives me absolutely no shine. It just protects me from the heat and does absolutely nothing else. I would definitely go with the Main Choice, this serum, over the heat protectant, which is from the Mongongo line from Mielle Organics. So that's a get this from the Main Choice and don't get this. And also they have a, what do they call it, from Lotta Body. They have a new kind of like blowout lotion or something like that. I'll probably show that in another video. That one is not bad either and works well as a detangler. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, this was another butter that I was just going to talk about in the area of butters. Kinky Kashmere Better Butter. It's just okay. I mean, it essentially breaks down to an oil. I've used it. It's now in like it's kind of like a well whipped butter. There it is. You can see it like giving me some shine on my arm right there. It does the same for my hair, except it feels more oily. Like I was talking about the Comet Biologics one. It will go on my hair and even give me some shine, but it's not going to feel oily. This one will feel oily. So why did I say oily like that? But anyway, so yeah, I'm not going to be picking up the Kinky Kashmere Better Butter again. And you can use it on wet or dry hair as it states in the directions. And here's the ingredient list: water, flaxseed, olive oil, coconut oil, lemongrass, rosemary, essential oils, and shea butter. All right, so it's a nice list. Just, you know, wasn't amazing for me. Let me get to some, okay, now we're going to do some style. Oh, let me just talk oils one quick second, because I know some of you have like already signed off. This video is too long. I know, I'm sorry. But let me just talk about the Curls Blueberry and Mint Tea Scalp Treatment. I'm not gonna talk at length about this because I have mentioned it in a previous video. Definitely on my Black Friday get this list. Not because I've seen like hair growth from it. And again, I wasn't like keeping an exact record, so it's not like I have any measurements or anything to share with you. But that tingly feeling that I get every day when I put this on at the end of the night, and it just absorbs into my scalp and it doesn't leave me like feeling greasy. Now, if you allow it to run, it will run down your forehead. So make sure you're applying it, you know, properly and appropriately on your scalp. But once that absorbs and you get the tingly feeling, if you don't like a tingle, this is not for you. But I would say, yes, get this, try this oil. And especially if it can help or aid to promote hair growth, then hey, why not? It's just that I haven't been, you know, watching it closely to see if it has been doing that, but it actually feels really nice on my scalp. So I do like this, and it has a minty scent, not that sweet blueberry scent like the other blueberry items in their line. But yeah, this is from Curls and I like it, and I'm definitely getting that. This is on my Black Friday get this list. So that's a get this, don't get this, and I'm going to put this Mielle Organics Mongongo one on the list because in the oil category, because even though it says pomade to oil treatment, it breaks down to an oil. It's basically, and oh, look at that, it just all came out. It's an oil, and it just feels like it doesn't leave me with shine. It doesn't do anything amazing for my hair, so why would I use this oil over, you know, something? Now yes, it's oily and you can put it on your scalp and it's fine. It just even feels a bit heavier than that Curls one that I just showed you. So this for me, just overall, and it says it's supposed to like tame flyaways and all that. Yeah, I don't know about that. This is just to me, and it has the same scent as the rest of the Mongongo oil line, more floral in nature, but it says it's supposed to moisturize the scalp. I mean, it's an oil that you can put on your scalp. Is it moisturizing your scalp? I mean, I guess to some degree, sure. It's making sure your scalp isn't dry. So, okay, we'll give it that. But the feeling that I get, that tingle from the Curls one, as well as the fact that it just seems to be absorbed into my scalp much faster than this, because this one feels a bit thicker than, oh, I didn't show you. I can show you what I mean. The curls one, let me just open this up and use the little dropper. I'll just show you. This is like a light, look at that. Can you see that little, right? That was like a single drop. And then I'm going to show you if I can get it to not spill out the entire contents of it. This one. I can't have them race together because I already started the other one first. But even though this one seemed to have slid down faster, the Mielle one, just me rubbing it on my hand right now, it feels heavier than the curls one. It just feels like a thicker oil. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm going with this one for Black Friday. And at half off, oh, I'm excited. The next thing, okay, for Black Friday, I won't be getting this, but I have found a way to use it up. And I've spoken about this in the past too. This is from the Main Choice. This is like their hair gel, the ancient Egyptian one. This jar is pretty much done. I have a few things to scrape. It smells so good though, just like the rest of the ancient Egyptian line. Actually, yeah, I can part with that. I'm not going to scrape that last little bit, but here's a full jar that I haven't used yet. And this is, I had gotten to, if you recall, from that hair show I went to earlier in the year. And it looks like it has little gold flecks. Now, I did show you, if you're using this as like a twist up thing, for me, I did get like residue, which I had shown on camera in a previous video. So, you know, that is not great for me. However, and let me just show you what this one looks like. See how it doesn't like pick up like that. So it has some like kind of thickness to it. It's not just dripping off of my finger, so it's a thicker kind of a gel. But I can quite well use this as just a, like if I'm doing a style like this, like I want it slicked back, it does relatively well with that type of style. But I found like with twisting and stuff, it leaves behind the residue, and I don't necessarily see that residue when I use it to just slap it on my hair and brush it in to do a style like this. So that's how I'm going to be using up or finishing off this last jar. I have also used it for just defining curls in the front. You know how sometimes I wear my bang kind of curly, and it was fine in terms of defining the curls, but again, the residue. So it needs to be in a style where my hair is kind of back and not going to move or reveal any residue, because I actually don't see the residue when I just put it on my hair as I did just now and slick it back. Don't see the residue, but when I twist or even when I do like a curly bang thing, I see the residue after it dries. And it was yeah, so that's kind of it. So that's a don't buy for me. Last part from the Mielle Organics Pomegranate and Honey line is her curling custard. Now this one, and this one, I mean, it's all the same scent. It's just some of the items like this one and the leave-in, I think the scent is a bit more pronounced than even in the other bottles, like the Souffle and the twisting Souffle and the little other smoothie. So anyway, as soon as you open the jar, it's like, whoo, you get that delicious pomegranate scent. This is really a slidey one, so it will definitely come out. Let me see if I can just show you this. See how that's more like, boom. See, it's, yeah, yeah, okay. So anyway, this definitely goes on my hair really well. It can define my curls really well. However, after it dries, a couple of things happen. One, yes, I do get shrinkage from it, but that typically happens for me. So I'm not like a person who screams about shrinkage from like a curling product or anything like that, because it's not like it shrinks it up far more than, you know, other products or anything. So I'm not going to gripe about that, but it does give me shrinkage, but that's fine. That's normal. I already said that. It doesn't give me too much lift off. I've spoken about that in the past. You know, when I wear my bangs, sometimes I'll come on camera and it's like this, like leaving away from my head. Some curling gels or products do that more than others. This one doesn't really do it too much. I see a little takeoff, but not much. For the most part, it stays pretty close to my head. But I mean, there is some lift off. It's just not like out here looking crazy, like where I feel like I need to pin it down. Next thing, once it fully dries, if I needed to remold my hair into another style, I could, but it does have a little bit of a cast on it. A little bit. It's not a heavy cast. But yeah, and then here's the main thing. When I lift my hair up or try to move it some other place, because I even had this in my hair yesterday before I washed my hair. I had it in earlier in the day. Yes, residue was underneath. So you have to make sure that you're really sliding it through. It almost feels slimy as you're putting it in, but that's a good thing that you're getting kind of that slip in there. I have used this on wet or dry hair. I love, because 99% of the time when I decide that, oh, I want my bang to be, you know, really hold its curl, I use it on dry hair. I don't want to have to wet my hair, especially now we're like moving into colder months. I don't want to have to wet my hair and go outside with wet head. No, I just want to put a product on that will allow my curls to pop, and then I'm ready to go. this allows it to pop. But again, because of the residue, and I can't guarantee that it won't give me that residue feeling if I by chance don't rub every single morsel in as well as it wants to be rubbed in, then yeah, it's gonna give me some residue feeling. You can get a little slight swing with it because I was moving my head yesterday kind of like that, and yeah, some of the curls were like moving, so it's not fixed in place. It's not that hard of a cast, so that's fine. You do get a little movement too. But what I would prefer over that is this. Also from Camille Rose, from the Lavender collection. This is her gel. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so it's along the lines of the Mielle Organics one where you are getting the slip. You are getting the slip with it. But here's the thing. I feel like, oh, I gotta charge this camera. One sec.